What's up everybody, it's Joe here with Joseph Blake Photography, and in today's video we have specs, and we have additional details on the Air 3S. Hey everybody, I'm Joe. I'm a portrait and adventure photographer out here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and in this video today we're going to be talking about the specs and info that we have on the DJI Air 3S, which is a piece of equipment, a drone that really I, as an adventure photographer, just could not live without. And at the same time, there are folks out there doing sports, landscapes, events, inspections. There's just tons of folks that use these drones who are interested in what this update is going to mean for them. So let's just jump right into the information that we have. So Igor Bogdanov, who is Quadro News over on X, and this morning he dumped a plethora of information about the Air 3S. Now, looking at this unboxing video, this drone looks big. The Air line has always been just a little bit lighter and smaller than the Mavic line, and from a weight standpoint, it definitely looks like it's going to be keeping that up, but I'll be real honest, this thing looks big in this person's hands, unless this person just has tiny hands, I don't know.
Look at those hands.
So obviously, as you can see, not a significant departure, as we've been saying, and we saw in the marketing photos that I just did a video about a few days ago. Not a significant departure from the traditional quadcopter design. It is a dual camera system similar to the previous Air, and we can confirm that it's still a 24mm main camera and a 70mm tele lens. Weight-wise, it's coming in at 724 grams. So with improvements in the camera system, they've still kept the weight about the same. So let's take a look at what looks to be one of the only real upgrades in this drone, and that is the main camera. Previously, the main camera was a 1/1.3 inch 48 megapixel quad Bayer sensor, and that was a stacked sensor, while this new main camera is now a 1-inch sensor, 50 megapixels, and it looks like it's gone from an f1.7 to an f1.8 aperture. However, I will say that one main complaint from photographers and videographers on the Air line, while being a fixed aperture 1.7, was a little mushy. It was soft. And while f1.8 is going to be great for things like low light shooting, the fact that it isn't just a little bit smaller, or the fact that they didn't give us a variable aperture, is somewhat disappointing, though excited to see this new sensor. Now, OmniVision, the company that DJI traditionally sources its non-Hasselblad sensors from, doesn't have a 1-inch 50 megapixel sensor listed on their site yet. They do have 60 megapixel sensors, but nothing in the 1-inch range. Again, makes sense. They're not going to post that yet, especially if it is engineered and designed with DJI, or if this was designed more in-house, although we do know that it is not Hasselblad, considering the fact that none of the images that we have has the Hasselblad branding on them. One additional improvement coming from this sensor is the fact that now 4K will be able to be shot at 120 frames per second, whereas previously the limit was 100 on the main camera. As I mentioned before, the medium telephoto, the 70mm, still there, still a 1/1.3 inch sensor. I know we were really hoping for dual 1-inch sensors here, but we are sticking with the 1/1.3. Again, not 100% sure if this is going to be an improved sensor. We assume that it would be, but we'll have to check to see once the drone is in our hands. Still an f2.8 aperture on that lens, so no improvement on the optics. Again, no variable aperture there. Still the 48 megapixel quad Bayer sensor, though it will also be able to shoot the 4K 120. Additional battery size has been able to increase the flight time up from 42 minutes now to 45 minutes. And now the drone is going to support SD cards up to 512 gigabytes. Obviously, both cameras are going to support 10-bit D-Log-M, not D-Log, however, and HLG shooting, as well as improved APAS with that new LiDAR sensor up front, next generation return to home features, and all of the updated flying modes. So night mode, point of interest 3.0, active track 5, spotlight 2, master shots, quick shots, hyperlapse slow-mo mode, smart photo 3.0, and quick transfer. One really interesting feature to see is it will be coming with internal memory. I'm going to assume this is going to be 64 gigabytes, but usable will be 42 gigabytes. That's a huge upgrade over the previous model that only had 8. We also know that DJI will be putting ND filters in the Fly More combo, which we estimate between $1,450 and about $1,500 here in the United States. and that is with the RC2. As far as release is concerned, I'm still expecting before the end of this month, especially considering the fact that a lot of the marketing is done. So I'm hoping to see an announcement here in the next couple of weeks. There is also the claim that this camera will be able to do 14 stops of dynamic range on both sensors, which on the 1-inch sensor I would say is potentially possible, but even then that's going to be kind of a stretch. I'm going to guess that this is as a result of a significant amount of processing being done on these images to try to reduce noise and reinterpolate detail to make it usable to be considered a part of that range. But this definitely feels like a point release. This definitely feels like an S in this line. Slightly improved ergonomics, updated processing to improve things like low light performance, and being able to pull information off those sensors a little bit faster, giving us that 4K 120 and that larger sensor. Now, I'm very curious to see what a larger 50 megapixel sensor will be able to do in comparison to the 20 megapixel sensor that we have in the Mavic 3 Classic, on the Micro Four Thirds size, or even the 1-inch sensor that's in the Mavic 2, which I'm still flying and getting phenomenal footage out of. For folks flying that drone, would this even be an upgrade? 200 grams less, you get the better remote control, and you add that telephoto camera. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I was really hoping for variable aperture here, so I'm sort of bummed. But improved processing, onboard storage, slightly better battery for more flight time, and the rest of the specs we'll have to see when we get the official announcement. So that's all that we have here. If that's the kind of info that you're into, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, go ahead and hit the like button. Plug for my Instagram, links above and below, and I just released my Tahoe video. So check that out, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.